Um, so last week we had just killed the aberration, correct?
Correct.
We
Sure.
decided to. I don't think we took a short rest, did we? No, we did.
I thought we did. We at least talked about it. I don't remember if we actually.
I don't think you guys actually stayed in one spot long enough to take a short
don't
rest.
think
I
we
think
did.
Chris just said that his character was preparing for a
Starting
short
to-
rest in case you guys had time.
I would if we had time.
It turned out we didn't when we allowed the two Rugrats to go through a crawl space, I guess.
It was like a caved-in hallway that only a small
Yeah.
person could fit through.
And
Weston's been beating himself up about this like all week, so
I mean,
It
mistakes
feels
were
really
made,
shitty in
but it's not
hindsight, like-
on any one person. So I don't think anybody should
Yeah.
feel like inherently responsible.
Nah,
But it would be your fault.
they're gonna do it regardless. But it's still my fault.
No, I definitely don't put the blame on anybody. Things happen.
blame God.
So, yeah, I blame God. After we let that happen, Chris started a short rest, or Sengu-san started a short rest. I followed. Ronan followed Melina as she went to go scout out ahead, and in that time, Isel and Flare, who found this, they found like a classroom, more or less, right?
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of like
Dead aberrant children.
skeletal children. They found a chest with like potions and stuff. A vault. Or something
safe.
like that. Safe, that's what it was. And that was really cool for all of about 2 seconds. When
And then they got
suddenly,
really bad deck savey.
yeah, when suddenly like everything started to break and they had to make a mad dash for the door as the aberrant children came to life. And they jumped. They both jumped, and they both failed. They both took way too much damage falling. And we felt the shift in the entire what is that called? The whole, all of the runes. And after combating some plants in my time, and we found a group of zombies attacking a small little cage with tiny little sprite people in it. Very adorable. It's a real shame it kind of got overshadowed by the fact that we found our compatriots dead on the ground. And that was what happened until we took our second break, and Irian showed up, and everybody was super enthused about him existing at this time.
Yeah, we were all like, whoa.
We're all just really annoyed with that man. Whether it was deserved or not, it doesn't really matter. So we we continued on. No, sorry. We met Arian, and then we decided to go back to his camp, and that's where we left. Oh, there was a stinger.
There's also a spirit world interaction.
Oh yeah, there was a spirit world. I thought that was the stinger. No,
No, it wasn't.
that wasn't the stinger. The stinger was Flair's stuff, which was really cool. But yeah, there was a spirit world interaction where Flair and Isel had a little powwow. Well, Isel first had a talk with his spirit guardian. Then he pulled Flair out of her body, I think. And that was they walked on.
They followed the strange creatures, which appear
Yes.
to also be in the spirit world.
Right, that was really creepy. But cool. And kind of hopeful. Anyways, we eventually got to the stinger where we found out some more stuff about Flair, where she woke up and some not so great things are happening. Oh, nice haircut, Jane. Or some not so great things were happening, and the doctor, the Leonti doctor, said that she would always find her, if I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines.
Very close to that, yeah.
She told Goliad to take Flair and protect her because she had to go see what was going on.
Right.
And before she left Flair, she told Flair that friends that stick together are family.
Oh, yeah.
And that
And
was
I
where we
believe that was the session.
was. Alright, is everybody ready?
Ooh.
Shane's already hitting the sauce.
Yeah, man.
Can you blame him?
Literally just pounded a wine glass.
Is it
Hitting
the
the
sauce? Okay.
sauce.
Alright.
Shut this door.
Shane, Ian, we love you. We're gonna get through this shit.
We love you, but you're not part of the campaign anymore, so get the fuck out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so...
We'll see if you still love me by the end of tonight.
Because his character is talking in thick Scottish brogue all session long.
All session long?
All session long.
It's called commitment.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely
Your party is led out of the stone hall and back into another set of earthen catacombs that appear to be on the opposite side of the underground from the way you came. Irian kind of beckons you guys quietly through another set of tunnels. At this point, as you're following him and you're looking around, you're pretty much immediately noticing that there's like tons of paths down here. Like, it's very easy to just come into this underground and get completely lost because there's so many tunnels. He kind of beckons you guys to follow him, and as he moves through another tunnel, and then he kind of, keeping his voice down, he says, "Just up ahead here, we found a small crevice that led to a cave. Place to hide, at least until we got our strength back." And he leads you guys to this small crevice in the rocks. You guys can see dim light from the other side as he kind of sucks in his gut and starts to kind of like work his way through it towards the light.
Or, you gonna make it, Sango-san?
Probably.
It's yeah, it's going to be especially uncomfortable for you, but it's possible.
We also
We'll
have
loop you up.
corpses ferrying through here. But yeah.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
take you.
I would have had one of the Rugrats.
You both took them. Because I had Flare and the cage, but then you just took Flare from me, and I was like, eh.
So it takes you guys a few minutes, but you manage to work your way through the crevice to the other side, and you guys see a small passage that winds to the left and then opens to a large dead end where you see a small fire has been made, and you see 3 figures sitting around it. The first is a middle-aged Gaian. She looks up, she pulls a gun, and she looks up as Irian enters, and then she takes a deep breath, and she lowers it, kind of looking curiously now as all of you file in behind him. And then next to her, you see 2 more figures who I will let introduce themselves.
Organic.
You see a lanky DeKalb in sort of like froofed up a little bit, whatchamacallit robes. What seekers?
Lore seekers.
Lore seekers. I had Ixalan on the brain, and I was like, none of that applies here.
Okay, I'm looking at art for you right now.
And he stands up and says, as you guys approach, our intrepid hero returns, and he has rescued more.
Irian will smile and say, "Oh, Fula, you shouldn't have." And he'll pat you on the back as he goes to sit by the fire.
I'll sit weirdly close to him.
Oh boy.
The other figure is a tall male Dran who's sitting at presumably a desk or table of some kind with just books sprawled out. And he has a pair of like multi-layered spectacles on his face. He's just like, he's using all four of his arms to like turn pages and write in books and things like that. And he kind of looks up for a second, and the spectacles like adjust a few times and then go back. And he says, "More mouths to feed. Seems I will have to ration our rations differently again. Thank you, Irian." And then he goes back to his books.
Irian will kind of frown at you and say, "Oh, I'm sure they didn't come down here without rations, Sin." And then he'll kind of look up at all of you questioningly.
You don't need to worry about our food. It's fine.
I'll just do that. Like push my hand at him. Nice to meet you. Then sit down.
We would all recognize Melina, right?
Yes, you would all recognize Melina.
And you.
She'll survey the four lore seekers that you guys have just met. she'll put a fist to her hip and she'll say, "I thought you smart enough to realize this was a fool's errand, Sin, when we met."
Yes, that is what I told them as well. I should not be here. I should be at the League. But it seems no one listens to me.
And then she kind of surveys Irian, and then her eyes fall on Fula, and she just kind of like, and she looks to the last person, and then she says, "Weren't there 5 more of you?" And Irian will just kind of like, "The pursuit of knowledge is worth any cost."
Any cost. Back to his books.
It was their own foolishness that got them killed, and nothing else.
Yes, they should have listened to me.
Exactly.
I would pipe up, holding Flair's body, and I would say, "I'm not sure that any sacrifice is worth it."
He'll nod his head and say, "Yes. Did all of you follow us here? I see that that one was a lore seeker."
The Dran will
Also
perk up.
technically wearing lore seeker garb.
Time out. Didn't just so I'm picking up what you're putting down. Didn't she say she has met him before?
Melina?
No.
No,
Flair.
Flair.
I think she knew of him.
She knew
Oh,
of
okay.
him.
I thought that they
She
had
never met him.
It wouldn't be. I would assume it wouldn't be past him to forget her. But that was what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's true too. He appears to notice that you're in lore seeker's garb, but something about you, Ronan, made him think you weren't a lore seeker.
The Dran will stand up upon Voss stepping forward, and he's wearing like very elegant lore seeker robes, normal, and he's got like different kind of like tools on his belt and things like that. And he stands up from his chair and puts down all of his pens and books, and he'll walk over slowly to Voss and kind of like put a hand out and then retract it, and he'll say, "Merely a child. So sad to see them go in such a place." And then he'll give a bow and say, "I am Sen Talmar, Clan Nemsai. It is good that the rest of you made it through alive. This is quite a dangerous place."
Let's see. Yes, Doyen's Song sent us after you. Well, not after you, but to set up a beacon so the League might have a better chance at finishing or salvaging your mission.
Ah, so you've set up the beacon then. We are saved. He'll turn to Arian.
No signal. You got a mist covering your whole area. It's interfering with it.
Of course. I will do what I can, and he'll go back to the table and start.
He's Dran, right?
Again. He's Dran, yeah.
Okay.
He just goes back and starts furiously flipping through books and writing things down.
I assure you, it is of no importance. Urian will see us through.
I always have before.
I'm sure the one who let us down here will lead us back out the same way we came, right, Arian?
Yes, that's why we.
That's why you're still down here.
And then he'll pause and he'll look at Fula and he'll say, "You marked the tunnels, right?
Of course.
We'll be fine."
We were simply waiting for the opportune moment.
Exactly.
5, maybe 7 now. Looking at my 2 companions.
The moment is
left yet?
now.
What? This can't possibly be the moment. We haven't even left with our prize yet.
But 2 of ours and 5 of yours will never leave here again.
And would you let those deaths be in vain?
Ha! Exactly. Thank you, Fula.
It would only be in vain if you didn't come with us.
So when you inevitably die, was that in vain too?
I see you are not lore seekers.
And I see you are, and yet you stay down here waiting to die. I am ready to go whenever you are. I'll look at the group. I have been in this godforsaken temple for much too long.
What is it you're looking for? Exactly.
He'll kind of Irian will kind of straighten up and rub his hands together, and he'll say, This temple was built in deference to Amon Kal, an Averin lord, an adventurer. He had the spirit that I have, that Fula has, that your young friend had. And he collected here many valuable things. And he'll motion back to where you guys see a couple packs where it looks like they've already collected like a bunch of different random ancient-looking artifacts and things. And he'll say, but the most important of all is the Tablet of Ross. It is said that one can look at this tablet's blank slate and change their very being. A valuable artifact indeed, and one that should be placed in the highest honors of the lore seekers' libraries. That is what we are here for.
If we ever get there again.
Sin, when have I ever led you astray?
He
I
gestures
imagine
with
about
all,
2 weeks ago.
with all 4 arms, he gestures all around him.
I'll stand up and look at Ronan. Do you just want to go? It's not worth it, right?
Melina's going to nod her head and say, yes. All of you have done enough. Clearly, the heart of whatever evil is affecting my people lies here. And I intend to find it, but you should leave before you lose more.
Practically no amount of money is worth it. But
Good. I'm
He's-
like,
Do this.
I got
Think
a
about
16 insight. I'm feeling weird vibes from her. Like she didn't want to get down here, didn't want to be down here, didn't want to lead us here, but now she wants to find it. Like, can I get like a vibe of?
well, I mean, she didn't want to.
said earlier that like she was gonna like figure out what was going on and like if there's anything she could do.
Last session she told you guys basically like, I'm here now and I know that whatever's happening here is getting worse. So she was just like, there's
I get the vibe that she wants to do this without losing any more, like by herself, basically. She thinks she can handle it.
I think that your insight check tells you that she's very clearly committed to solving this problem now that she's here and she understands that everything's connected, even though you guys don't know all the details. You're also getting the vibe that she's beginning to feel the bearance of more and more guilt at the loss of outsiders to this problem, which is why whether or not she actually thinks that she can handle it, she's understandable and even maybe defensively pushing you guys towards leaving just so she doesn't have to have more death on her conscience.
Okay.
As I'm like mulling over and scratching my facial hair, I'll look down to the cage that I got. Leaf collection, you know what those are?
She'll look down.
Why I felt like saving them? I don't know.
She'll look down to it and then look up to you and she'll say, It is a It is a Vintali. They are forest spirits. Well, more like pixies. But they bear supernatural abilities, not unlike an animist. They have the ability to step out of the material and into the spiritual when they wish. However, and she'll reach down and she'll extend her finger into the cage and it'll kind of touch it, and then she'll kind of like scratch it under the chin, and you'll see some of that like smoke from behind its white face kind of like flutter upwards as it kind of like leans into the scratching. And she says, they have no traditional form of communication. I have heard animists I have come across before say that they communicate through empathy.
I would look up at Sanguisan and I would say, that's what Isol was, right?
And then she'll look up at you, Zed. She'll look up at you and she'll say, and you saved it because it's adorable, obviously.
That's probably right. He's just gonna like do it, like scratch his eyes. Look to Ronan. This is why you don't make friends. Right?
Generally.
I'll look to Sanguisan and Voss. No offense. I still like you. Just upset.
Yeah, that's irrelevant at the moment. Animus, that's what Isol was. Can these things contact? Do we think that Isol's still here? Is he? He's not in the body anymore, obviously. But is he like still here? Think they could help us? This empathy. Cry. One of us needs to cry and look at them.
Sin, make a history check. As this is happening, any of you that are kind of surveying the scene see the middle-aged Gaian female kind of shifts up and leans herself up against the wall and lets out a deep sigh as she closes her eyes, like almost like to rest. And you notice as she's shifting that it appears her leg is injured. And then you also notice that across the fire where Irian and Fula are sitting and listening to you, Irian's just kind of reaching over and taking Fula's rations and eating them. What'd you get? Sorry, really quick. What'd you get on your check, Shane?
I got a 23.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second.
I'll look to the woman and I'll say to, as I'm like looking at her, I'm feeling awfully bad about the kids. I'm pretty sure we have to find a way to direct it, but also you probably know more about this than me. And I'll walk over to her and inspect her wound, I guess.
Sure.
Or I'm just gonna look at it basically because I don't know shit.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Boom.
It looks like maybe she's either like sprained or broken her ankle. Okay. You don't see any like cuts or scratches or anything. It's like she took a fall.
Okay.
Sin, with your 23 and the heaps and heaps of research that you did before coming here, you know that one of the things that made Amon Call more powerful than his peers, and kind of launched his trajectory towards greatness in the history of this species, is he was both a Protean and an animist.
What the fuck?
This bitch multi-classing.
You also know that one of the things that was at least attempted here involved doing things like finding ways to transport between basically like what would be like the spirit realm and the material realm. And as for other research you did, you know that it was said by those who did manage to leave this place, which was very few before it became corrupted, that as survival within the Green Lord continued to cost lives in their culture, so too did his frustrations with having to survive the untamable. And a lot of the progress he was working towards was trying to find any way to make this region of Vara livable for his people.
Okay. Sen will, without looking, he'll reach one of his arms and hands back to a book lying somewhere off to the side. And you'll see it basically just like levitate towards him. And he grabs it with another one of his hands and opens it and starts flipping through the pages. And he starts scanning one of the pages and he says, yes. I remember that Amon Call was one of these, was an animist himself, in addition to a Protean. Perhaps there's a connection here between himself and these Vintale creatures. I shall have to do more studies on it, but his work in this temple and in this region was incredibly significant. All he really wanted was a better place for him and his people.
Well, that didn't work out.
This Amon Call,
shoot him a
did he also go by the King in the Undergrowth or whatever? That what it's called, right?
The King in the Undergrowth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did he also go by a name, the King in the Undergrowth?
Irian will snap his finger and he'll say, yes. They say that was a... And then Molino's just going to shoot him a glare. And he'll kind of quiet down. And she'll say, the King in the Undergrowth came when he had nowhere left to turn. I do not know if this is him or another being. But I do know that this being is active now. And I will scorch this undergrowth until it is gone. And then she'll look to you, Voss, and she'll say, yes, that means fire.
I would say it was there, the suggestion was there from the beginning. But regardless, we need to do something about our friends and your friends if we can get them back. Should we not go back to the League? Surely there must be someone who can bring them back, or put them on the path of recovery.
Irian will give kind of an embarrassing grimace and scratch the back of his head and say, they all got eaten.
If you're implying by yourself, we're going to...
No. We have plenty of rations. Sin sees to that.
There will be no cannibalism here as long as I am present.
Well,
There's
I believe
I'm sure you've run into a few creatures down here. Needless
We
to
have.
say, what's left of their bodies, if we were attempt to bring them back, would probably be worse than wherever they are now. Right, Fula?
Ah, yes, of course. Sorry.
But
I was
bringing
trying
them,
to mess with my chat settings and
You're good.
Ronan will perk up.
got distracted.
But bringing them back is an option.
I guess it would be possible. We actually lost them back in the direction that you came from. They attempted to check a passage lower down in the tunnel system, and they weren't very good swimmers, and they died.
Well, what about your? As I like get up from looking at her, like, Zed, by the way, can't do anything about the leg. And look at him.
She just lets out a deep sigh, and then looks at Sin, and then closes her eyes again.
And then I'll turn around after I like stand up. Didn't you have a Averin in your party?
We thought we had an Averin coming with us, but then she left us in the village. And he'll turn into Melina and smile.
Wait, wasn't the one at the table an Averin as well? When we got surrounded by the 5?
I thought that one was like desiccated though.
Yes,
Those
but it
were
was
old
part of the group.
corpses.
I know. I asked. He said it
Gotcha.
looks more aged than it should be. It's fine though, if it's not.
The one that turned into an alien?
The one that turned into an alien.
I thought
Um,
those were recent too. I thought there was like some lore seeker stuff, like
Yeah.
we found remnants of it or something with them.
Those were just aged skeletons.
Okay.
Oh,
It's possible I mistold you guys something because two
It's
of
okay.
you were pretty convinced, but
for sure. That's cool.
Then disregard that sentence.
that's fine.
I'll look to
Hashtag retcon.
Yeah, I'll still do the I can't do anything about your leg and stand up and look at the little pixies, and so they're gonna be
The Ventali looks up at you as you
Ventali.
get up and then cocks its head, and the kind of almost porcelain face on its white face turns into kind of a sad frown as it watches you.
I'll walk over and put my finger in the cage and like pet it, and so this,
you reach your finger into the cage and you go to
Mhm.
touch it, and you touch it, and it immediately withdraws from your touch and shudders.
okay. I'm a sad boy. I'll so they're important to bringing back Isel and Flare. Have we come to that decision?
Maybe show or show them Valley. Show them Isel's body, because Isel mentioned speaking to this king of the undergrowth. Maybe there's a residual connection. I don't know how the spirit world worked or whatever, but it's worth a shot.
Just raise his hand at Sanguisan, who has the body. Like, just try it, I guess.
And I'll hold him out.
You hold it out towards you hold him out towards the cage.
Yeah.
The Ventali will slowly walk forward, and then it'll kind of wrap its little shadowy hands around the bars of the cage and just kind of press its face up to the bars, sadly.
Are the bars too close together for it to get out?
It doesn't appear to be able to get out.
Yeah, I was just about to, So, if this doesn't work, is there any other way for for lack of a better word, hold on to them without this cage? Anyone know? I'll look to the rest of the group.
Melina will look down, confused, and she'll say, "Now that I think about it, it should just be able to pass in and out of the spirit realm as it wishes. I have no idea how this cage is holding this creature."
Can I do a nature check on these things?
Yeah, sure.
Do I have detect magic up today?
Irian will kind of look at all of you and say, "Well, why don't we just free it?"
Well, what I was getting at is if this doesn't work, and this is my only hope of getting those kids back, I don't want to lose it.
What are you checking for with the nature check that I haven't already told you?
I want to see if I remember anything about the Ventali being able to, help bring back someone who's dead or communicate with their spirit in some way.
Not that you've read.
Okay.
They can technically communicate with spirits, but you wouldn't necessarily know of a way to control that communication because they don't really communicate that way. But they can definitely walk through this. Like they can communicate empathetically with spirits on the other side as well, if they're on the other side.
Without looking up, Sen will say, the Ventali are spiritual creatures. They can pass through the spirit realm as they please, but I think you will find their assistance in reviving your friends to be lackluster at best.
Irian,
they may be able to communicate with his spirit, but I don't know what they can do past that.
Well, I could technically speak with them.
Yeah, look to you.
I
What?
would need to rest first.
Oh.
you're more than welcome to share this space with us. We could keep some watches.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We
There
have
are
we have the space, and besides, Fula over here has the eyes of a Mabanga bat. Right, Fula?
I'll
Of course. I will
I
keep
love
you
it.
safe.
I'm a bunga bat.
I'll reach
My
into my duster and bring out the Averin personal computer and these specs, and I'll throw it at I'll throw it at him.
You just got called Four Eyes in Space Opera. I love it.
I mean,
Yeah, as I'm
Four dicks.
I'm gonna go lay down to take a rest, and it's found that needs a battery. Can you do anything about it?
I shall do my best. What can I check with that?
Make a tech check.
I critted on it. I know what it needs, and I think. Oh, but I didn't tell you that. I'm not gonna. I'll let you go.
You have what you need to power this amongst some of the stuff that you guys collected to take back to the Lore Seekers League. You would have to disable something else and take the battery from it. But you could probably attempt.
It's like
Sorry,
the least
what?
useful thing we found that I can power it with.
Fishing through the stuff, you find powered hand equipment. That's just
Tools.
ancient. Yeah. For
I'll
those
just start.
early man museum tool displays that you see whenever you go to any natural history museum ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start putting that together.
All right. I'm gonna say that I'll let you do it passively based upon how high that tech check was, but it's probably gonna take you half an hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, are you guys gonna attempt a short rest or a long rest?
Do we know what time it is?
We've already taken one short rest.
I don't think you guys actually finished
We
that
didn't
short
actually
rest.
have a short
No, a
rest.
while ago when we first got in.
Early. You can have as many short rests as there are hours in a day.
Okay.
Well,
With Within reason, obviously.
Hypothetically.
Like,
You can't just put yourself to sleep whenever you want. But
no, that'd be
But-
ridiculous.
That was,
Um,
it was a while ago.
I don't think that. Are you talking about when you guys stopped to wait while the two other parties left and Sanguisan
No,
was
no,
like,
No,
It was hours before
not
that.
last session. The session before that.
Oh, yeah,
took
then you
a
guys are
rest. Zed
definitely
did
fine.
and kept guard.
you guys are definitely fine then for a short rest.
I don't care. What do you guys need? Do you guys need a longer or short?
I want to be.
Yes, sir, boys.
I don't.
Would be ideal for me.
I don't think.
I don't want to be completely somber, but has anybody actually checked their dead bodies?
I can do literally nothing about it. So,
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll probably look for.
I meant more like for their stuff on them.
oh,
Yes. So if you look over their bodies, you find the 2 regular healing potions and the 2 greater ones that they found, and you also find the decanter of endless water, which Flare carried.
Finding
I had another greater healing pot on me too.
Okay.
Or-
So
finding
there's-
the first
And
like,
Isel's
potion, I
cloak.
probably would have just punched the ground a whole bunch.
okay, because you realized that stuff
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would also find Isel's Trailwalker cloak, and you would
My
find
eyepiece.
her Arcano-Mechanical eyepiece.
No, that's hers. In life and in death, nobody's getting that stuff.
Fair enough. I was just letting you guys know everything on their bodies.
We should not stay here longer. We should go. If anybody can help Isel and Flare, it will be at the Lore Seekers League. No, there are powerful people there.
There's also the lighthouse, so that would be a much farther journey.
Yes, I've thought of that too.
Irian will stand up and kind of dust himself off, and he'll say, "We definitely have people at the Lore Seekers League that can help in this situation. Help me finish this job here, and I'll put in a good word for you."
have a
Fine.
You're already in well with Fansong.
I just shoot him a glare. Just
Will you be in well with her when you come back with her favorite student dead?
Would say, will she find it? Will she find it good that she sent us down here when you guys have been hiding in this temple and not come back all this time?
Irian will smile back at you and say, "I highly doubt she actually told Flare to come down here."
more like when I get back there and say that you wanted to delve deeper instead of save her favorite pupil. That'll probably come off real bad for you. Yeah.
He's going to turn to Sanguisan and he's going to say, "How long can we keep these bodies preserved for any said attempted resurrection?"
That question is irrelevant.
Wait, who said that?
Irian.
Irian
Okay.
did.
I would look at Sanguisan curiously, like, and kind of like furrow my brow and say, "What do you mean irrelevant? There must be something we can do."
In either case, I need to rest.
I am not feeling any magical energy from myself as well. Resting would be ideal, but getting out of here is also of high
Well,
priority.
We're gonna run into more things to shoot. So, can you handle it? Or do you need to rest?
Let him rest. I'll watch through.
Rest.
We can take turns at the watch so everyone gets their rest if needed.
That's fine. I'll take them all.
I assure you I'm quite fresh.
I assure you, none of us trust you.
I wouldn't push her. I'll just turn
That
over.
may be your last mistake down here.
Thank you, Fula.
It appears to be your first.
I'm sorry, was that supposed to be some sort of insult?
Trusting this fool?
Irian will gasp and he'll say, "His name is Fula, not Fool."
Just talking about you.
Oh. Well, that's insulting.
You didn't understand it, fool.
Fair enough. You take the watch and keep us safe.
Right.
So it's a long rest then?
For everybody
long
but
rest.
this gal.
Before we long rest, I will go up to the Gaian woman because I finally kind of like see that something's wrong with her. I'll say, I'm pretty new to this, but maybe I can help. And I have one more first level spell slot, and I'll try to cast Cure Wounds on her ankle. I don't know if that'll actually help, but
Yeah,
I'll
no,
channel
that
Divine
would.
Magic.
I'm gonna say that would probably fix her ankle. It's not that hurt. She kind of like rubs it up and down, and she turns to you and she says, "Thank you."
Say, no problem. We do not need any more casualties or unnecessary things to slow us down. I'm not saying that you would slow us down, but with a limp foot, it would have been more difficult.
Right. So, as everyone else goes to take the long rest, Ronan, you watch as everybody falls asleep,
Mhm.
and then you move to the crevice and you start to look out. Go to make a perception check.
That's me. I do those things. I'm gonna use inspiration.
You watch intently, standing guard. 1 hour passes. 2 hours pass. Occasionally, you feel slow rumbles in the ground, not unlike you felt not unlike the much larger one you felt earlier. But these ones are much more subtle. But occasionally, you feel them. 3 hours pass. As you close in on the 4th hour of the long rest, you hear a voice from somewhere on the other side of the crevice. Ronan, I need you. You swing your head around and you turn and you look back at the sleeping party. Flare and Isel's bodies are gone.
That's problematic.
Yikes.
And then another voice. Ronan, I can't save her alone.
I'm gonna calm Zed.
What do you say?
We may have a situation on our hands. I'm gonna go check out a noise that I heard.
Shh. Don't go too far.
Sounds reasonable enough to me. Gonna go check out the creepy dead people voices.
Sure, you want to make a stealth check?
Yeah.
I love Irian, Matt. Your face and that smirk is just ugh.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna
totally
punch
just
you.
like I just
Perfect.
feel the Zap
That's
Brannigan
because it's literally
vibes.
Mako Sean. Matt just wanted an excuse to play Mako Sean again.
He's not Mako Sean.
No, he's not Mako
Definitely not
Sean.
Mako Sean.
This guy's like Zap Brannigan meets Gilderoy.
Shane, I don't know if you noticed, but Mako Sean's been in your party this whole time.
Oh, I knew.
Oh man.
All right. Crouching down, you start to work your way through the crevice. Slowly, you slip out the other side and you draw your weapons. looking down one direction, the direction that you guys haven't gone yet. You don't see or hear anything. And then you look back in the direction of the stone hall where they fell through the floor and died. And you see a shadow cut across the wall, and you hear footsteps moving away from you.
Isol, Flare.
Gotta move fast, Ronan.
Yeah, I'll chase after the shadow in the darkness.
You run back through the hall and out to the earthen tunnels on the other side. You look up in the other direction that you guys had not proceeded yet. You don't hear anything. And then you look back towards the broken wall that led to like the cylindrical kind of like jutting hole that led down to the lower levels. And you just briefly glimpse a small form leap off the edge, and you hear a splash in the water below.
Well, that's just really disconcerting. I will run to the edge to go see into the water.
You run to the edge and you look down. You see the black, kind of like placid water mixed with the rubble of the broken passageway below. That door is still sealed. You see it. You see that it's been disturbed and it's rippling from several areas. As you look down, you hear a voice directly behind you. Intruder.
I mean, I'm gonna spin around.
You spin around, you bring your swords up, and you swing as they pass through the form of a tall, robed Averin.
Oh boy.
They pass straight through, like cutting through a ghost. He smiles. You don't belong here. You are not alive. And then he throws his palm out to your chest, and you go flying off the edge.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Super good. Please. It's not too bad.
Ian, are you destroying your house right now?
Yeah, he's just
Sorry.
demolishing.
I was putting a dish in the dishwasher.
Really?
The whole
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, dude. It's been going for like 15 minutes.
Really?
I mean,
You sure about that, bud?
Dex save.
I washed the dish.
It's a 19 from me.
It's really big.
Alright, you fall into the water, and as you fight to pull yourself upwards, you see a shape all around you.
Yeah,
You pull
that's
yourself
about
up onto one of the rocks, and you look around, immediately realizing you lost both of your weapons
Yeah.
into the water around you, as a massive centipede-like form begins to skitter out of the water and up across the walls, snapping at you. And you see as it snaps, you see off of one of these side pincers in its mouth, you see the torn, bloody robes of a lore seeker just kind of slip off and hit the ground, hit the stone, and then fall into the water. And then you hear a voice. Hey down there. You should always have two on watch. Looking up, you see Irian toss a hand cannon off the edge down to you. And then he pulls out his own communication device. Fula, do you copy? Fula, as you're sleeping, you hear a voice crackle, and then you hear Irian's voice kind of like screaming into your ear.
Yes, of course, sir. What can I do for you?
Back through the stone hall to the broken passage. We've found a monster to kill.
Excellent, sir. A
And
chance
then-
for you to show them you are not the fool they think you are.
And then he pulls an object off of his back, and then he pulls another, what looks to be like a pistol, off of his belt, Ronan, and he fires it across as you see like a grappling hook latches into the wall, and he snaps out the object as the beam of an arc bow cuts across, and he says, "Don't worry, I'm on my way." And he snaps his belt onto it, and he leaps off the edge as he slides down to you. The rest of you, back at the camp, are woken by Fula, who says whatever Ian says right now.
I'll grab some metal stuff and just start banging it together and say, come now, monsters to kill.
Where's Ronan?
That's his move.
I imagine that would be who the fool, as you put it, went to rescue.
Oh,
Where are the children? Where are their bodies?
no, fuck.
You said back through. Where? Where did we
I'm just
go?
gonna take off through the thing.
If you don't wish there to be a third, I suggest we leave now.
Yeah, as they're talking, I'm gonna take off through the passage.
We didn't get the. Did we get the full rest yet?
You didn't.
No. Okay.
No. You got 4 hours. So you guys can roll hit dice for a short rest.
Ooh, don't have any of those.
Fresh out of these, though.
Don't forget that healing potions also give you spell slots back.
Ooh.
Ronan, go ahead and put yourself on the map.
Would anybody have? Would anybody have been mad if I had taken Flair's the stuff off Flair, like the healing potions and stuff? You cool with that?
The potions are fine.
Yeah, the temporary stuff.
Okay. As we got up,
That's definitely not what I was referring to when I was saying all that stuff.
okay. Well, I will down one as we start to leave the room. If that's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
The-
which one are you
sorry,
doing?
it's just the one with the spell slot. So it's just 2d4 plus 2.
All
and
potions are spell slots.
Yeah, all potions give spell slots.
Different ones give
Oh, yeah,
different.
the med kits
Spell
are yeah,
levels.
So it's just a lesser is like a healing potion with a spell slot, right?
Yes, it is. It's a 2d4 plus 2 and one first level spell slot.
Oh, I got one spell slot, guys.
That's a whole smite. I didn't know where to put myself. So
You're okay. That's why I'm moving
That
to
is
the
a whole smite.
whoa. Oh, it's my AC. If I don't have armor. God. I was like, what is that?
I will be back.
Oh, I can change it.
He will be back. His dog is killing somebody.
I'm just watching him. It's Linnea. Wag his tail in a circle.
Black Linnea.
Black Linnea.
That's my girl.
Ian's a big boy.
There you go. That's it. He is
Actual
that size.
Huge.
That's the size of his ego.
Yeah.
He's it down to here. And
I'm
then,
in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you are in the water. When you pull yourself up, you're at the water is just below your chest.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Alright. And go ahead and roll your initiative.
Boop.
$188 initiative. That's fair, right?
Damn.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Ah, Skitterits,
We had a
the
chance.
Blake Dragon.
Skithrix.
Skittles?
I know.
All right.
Skittles?
My cameras froze, and the freeze on Shane is just him endlessly pouring a glass of wine. Hilarious.
I love it.
This is what I do to him. So, all right. All right. There we go. And then everybody else is basically rushing towards this destination now.
Mhm.
As all of you start to rush out of the room, Malia stands up and looks around, and she says, "We're not gonna leave anybody to make sure this place doesn't get overrun. This is a good spot."
I'll look to the middle-aged lady who just got healed. You got this? And just run.
She she'll say, "We're just gonna leave one person to
I'm
watch."
already
To watch, and then Molina is just gonna walk up and just backhand her across the face, and she's going to say, "Get it together, girl," and she's gonna turn and walk away too.
I'm leading the way.
Yeah. All right. Your mic quality just got a lot better. I don't know where that came from, but it did for me. All right. And as we, sorry, I guess I should have some cool battle music because
That just gives it more power. We don't need to do that. That's acknowledging that this will be a
it
fight.
gives me more power. Music's like really intense though. Skyrim dungeon playlist. Right. It's gonna turn, and it is going to move into your space as its body crests the water, and then breaks back down into it, and you feel it spinning around you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me. You do have disadvantage.
Yeah, I
You were
assumed.
in water. Right.
I assumed as
All
much.
right, so you feel its body wrap around you, and then the pincer-like legs of it begin to pierce into your body in multiple places.
Yummy.
You take 13 piercing damage,
Ouch.
and you are grappled in between it. All right, and that is all it can do this turn. Irian's going to turn the arc bow, pull back the string as the energy from its batteries creates an arrow, and he's going to fire it at it. Did hit. Dealing 9 energy damage to the creature. Don't worry, I've got you. Ronan, you're up. You're kind of like struggling. You got this hand cannon in your hand that he tossed to you.
Yep, I sure do.
You see its head arc above you, and then its mouth open as like kind of like almost an acidic substance starts to drip out of it down towards you.
Oh, it'd be fine if it was poison.
I know.
I'm going to try and break the grapple.
All right.
This is a problematic situation to be in.
It did pull you out of the water, so it's just a normal athletics contest.
Hey. Not if I use my second inspiration. Then it's just an advantage.
What is your second inspiration from?
We bank them, don't we?
You only use
Yeah,
one
but you
session.
only use one a
per
session.
Oh. Then what's the point of banking them? You'll always have one.
Because-
You'll always
You
have
don't
more.
always get one.
Not if
No, if
You
you,
don't
didn't tell
always
the
get one every
retelling, you
season.
wouldn't have one.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's just a 16.
You actually managed to and pop out and drop back into the water here.
Alright. Action surge. Actually, wait. I have movement. Aha! I don't need to action surge. Action surge is for the weak. This is difficult terrain. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can make that, yeah? Is this a ledge?
Yeah, it's a ledge.
Okay, I can make it to next to Irian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
knew
do.
you had it in you.
I roll my eyes. And that's my turn. I don't have anything.
He's gonna look down to the hand cannon and he's gonna say, "Just to let you know, I'm gonna need Bessie back." Right.
Oh my god.
All right, it is going to staying where it is. It's going to turn its head, and it's actually going to spit acid in a cone at the two of you. So go ahead and make a dex save. Oh, natural 1 for Irian.
Oof. That's a natural one for me.
Oh,
Yikes.
savaged.
Oh, that's what I should have done. Oh well.
All right.
to lose.
It's 12 acid damage to both.
That's
of you.
not so bad.
All right.
That leaves me on like half that.
Irian's wounded Irian is going to And he's going to say, perhaps we should split up. And he's going to use his action to fire his grappling hook and move to that ledge. Ronan, you're up.
Not a bad move. I'm gonna fire my grappling hook. And move to this ledge.
Sure.
Pop. And I'm gonna bonus action second wind.
All right.
It's just there we go. Boop. Wow. Rolling hot tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Well.
Shane's taking up all the good rolls tonight. He was rolling like 18s and above.
Yeah, Skitterix is going to rush to there, and it's going to make a bite attack on Irian. Which Irian manages to dodge out of the way as it takes a huge chunk out of the stonework and rock behind him. And then it's actually going to make a second pincer attack, which does hit him for 6 more piercing damage. Okay. He is going to run to here, taking the opportunity attack, which it misses as he slides across the ground, scrambles up the steps, and he turns and he fires his arc bow at it again, which hits for another 10 energy damage. All right, and then it is your turn.
Looking down at the gun, looking at the centipede-like creature, and seeing it go after Irian, I think to myself, I could just let it kill him, and then all of our problems would pretty much be solved. But I will shake away that notion, because that's not how...
Hey man, he came here to save your life.
You would just have one less person to fight this.
Yeah, well, it's not how Flare and Isel would want things to go anyways. So in honor of them, I'm gonna shoot at this thing. Boom. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit. It rings off of one of the armored plates on the centipede creature.
Oh, I tried.
At the top of the 4th round, the rest of the party reaches the scene. You guys are actually standing just off of the map here. It is a 30-foot drop down. Unless you just want to shoot at it from up there. So go ahead and roll initiative as you guys jump into the 4th round.
Oof.
Dang, Shane.
Jesus Christ, man. Save some for us. Jesus.
So what happens when you have +9? Just saying.
Ian, you wanna? I gave you some art. What's up?
I'm
pretty sure he's not gonna beat the first couple rolls.
I couldn't drag my... I don't know, I actually have...
Maybe he won't. Let's see. He's a good class to be going first.
I know, that's why I was like stoked that I had probably... Yeah, okay.
Alright, Sin, you're up first. Show us what it can do.
I'm assuming there is
Plenty.
a large
Yes.
piece of rubble.
Yes,
I'm
there
going
is.
to spend my bonus action to put two fingers on each of 2 hands to my forehead and focus, and then the other 2 hands, you'll see him start to levitate a large boulder and just like heave it at the creature.
What class are you?
Oh, there it is.
You see him lift it and throw it, but the Skitterix is it's lurching to follow to follow Irian. The large piece of like stone chunk that's broken that you lift just slams into the wall and cracks without hitting him.
I'm gonna also use my telepathy to ping Irian, and I'll let him know that that we have arrived and he is not alone.
Ronan Irian will breathlessly smile as he pulls himself back up against the wall as the boulder breaks, and he'll say, "Don't worry. Everyone has arrived. And this monster will be slain."
Oh my god, shut up!
And with that,
Inspiration. Alright, Zed, you're up.
that'll step up. Ronan, what the fuck? And they just take a shot.
Oh my god.
It'll be this one.
Oh.
14?
He gone. A 14 hits.
Why?
6 damage.
Alright. Anything else with your turn?
He's next.
Can I bonus action dash to get down, like, through, like, the rocks and stuff?
I'll say I'll let you get advantage on an acrobatics check going down.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
Yeah, so you slide down and you get to here.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, I'll just say, Ronan, what the fuck, and take a shot, and then just try and slide down as adeptly as I can.
Just
He's
in
back.
time, sir. It is your turn.
He's back.
Hey.
He's gonna play another class we haven't seen yet.
All right.
Fula, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna pull a elegant-looking rifle off my back and step.
He's already
I'm
dying.
gonna say, Alright, yeah, I'm gonna step forward, take aim with my rifle, and then call out to Irian. I'll mark it for you. You finish it off. Show these boys what a true hero is. And I will inspire him and give him a D8
Yes.
as a bonus action. And then I will
He'll turn back to you. He'll look up at you, Fula, as you aim your rifle, and he'll say, "I knew I could count on you, comrade."
and I'll take a shot at it. I don't know why I have disadvantage or anything.
Oh, you have to set it,
That's a crit fail.
Yes.
I know. I forgot that it is naturally.
It rings off of one of the rocks next to the creature's massive form, and he traces the shot, and then he looks up to you and he says, "Don't worry, buddy. Next time."
You're the hero.
Anything else with your turn? Do you want to try to go
nope,
down
that's
like
it.
Zed did, or are you gonna stay up?
Oh yeah, if that's possible.
It's difficult to do. Zed
Yeah,
used
probably
a lot.
not.
Okay.
Although I don't know why I didn't mean to put myself like that far over there. I was just putting myself on the map.
That's cool. Technically, no one who doesn't go down into this is on the map, really. So, just put yourself on an edge
Gotcha.
somewhere. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll try and like get down to like here.
sure. Make an acrobatics check.
Oh right, I hadn't toggled it off yet.
An 8.
That's
So
an
you
8.
kind of slip and slide, and you do fall, and you take 6 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground, but you are down there now.
Woot!
All right. Skitterix is going to shifting. You see the creature look up to where people have started attacking it from, and then it shifts its gaze back around, and it's going to move to continue trying to kill Arian. All right, so it's going to make a bite attack on him, which Arian manages to dodge again, and then it's going to make another pincer, which does hit and impales Arian for 9 more piercing damage. And as you see it rear back after its pincer slashes him again, you see Irian put a hand to his side and say, "Whew, that one smutted." And then he's gonna snap back the bow again to attack. And he gets a D8 now. Alright. He hits. He deals another 6 energy damage to it. And then Ronan, you're up again. just so you guys know, the side that Ronan's on, this is the passage that leads into the other halls. And then this is the sealed door that you guys spotted earlier over where Irian is.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at it. Surprise! Oh, hit 21 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
There's nothing special about this gun, yeah.
No, it's just a worn, well-loved hand cannon.
All right,
Not unlike your own,
10 damage. Yeah.
which is somewhere in this water.
Oh boy.
All right, 10 damage. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
All right. Vasvias.
All right. How close can I get to the Skitterix on the ledge? Like, how far away would it be if I was standing on the ledge?
Like the edge is only like from Sin to Sanguisan. So basically, your point in which you can come down without just like leaping out into this chasm is between them.
I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to leap out onto him, but if he's kind of too far
Yeah,
away.
that would be a pretty intense jump. You'd be jumping like, let's see, you'd be jumping like 27 feet.
That's nothing. You got this. Go for it.
I do have a +7 to athletics and an inspiration. Should I do it?
Hey man,
Yes.
we can't tell you what you should.
Roll a dice on it.
What would
Do
your
it for the hollow vid.
WWVD? What would
What
venereal
would
disease do?
Bias do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Hey, Matt.
WWVV.
Yes.
Sorry, you cut out for me when you told me how much damage I took, and then Adrian was texting me. I got distracted
Oh,
when I
you
fell.
took 6.
Oh boy, this is the squishiest character I've ever made. I fucking rolled terribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much health do you have?
Explains why he's a little bitch.
It's 22 is my max.
Oh, cry me a river game.
How much is Flares?
Fuck, I have
19.
heavy armor on too.
Alright, I mean it's not like I'm that much better.
If I had taken the average every time, I would have been 22. I figured that out today, so I'm still happy.
I
But also
will look like I want to jump, like have that little like runner's thing where you're kind of like hopping on 2 feet and then kind of like shake my head and then like pull out that bow. There's no ground to stand on down there, is there? Like,
Well,
it's
there's
pretty-
some ledges if you go along the edge, like where Zed is and Fula is. That's like stonework. As you pull the bow out, you hear a voice from somewhere behind you say, "Careful, Voss. Don't hurt yourself."
I will whirl around.
There's nothing
ignoring
there.
The thing. Damn. All right. Well, I probably wasted too much time, but I will make the attempt to get down, like on the ledge.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
Not athletics.
Non-athletics.
That's still not bad. Well, it's not really good either. 11.
11. You make it about halfway down before you start to slip and lose control and fall. You do make it down to here. You're not prone, but you do take 6 bludgeoning damage as you kind of like
Sounds good.
take some hits on the way down.
Can I stow the bow again now that I'm getting a little closer?
What does it take to
bonus
draw
action.
and...
Bonus
Yeah, I
action
think
to
so.
switch weapons.
Mind them. Fine.
So you'd have to use your action.
That's good. I figure I probably wasted a lot of time whirling around and looking. I probably used my action already.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sangusan, you're up.
Well, actually, can I have taken a perception with that? With my
Yeah, that's fine.
that's not great. That's a 10.
You do notice that where there was the stone seal door, because of Sin's boulder miss, it appears it has been cracked and opened.
Oh, okay. That's the one we couldn't get through before.
Well, you guys didn't go down here before because Zed took one look at the water and was like, "Nope, there's something down there." And by Zed, I mean Weston.
Well, Zed did too. He's like, no.
Sangusan, you're up.
I think I'm just gonna try for a Sacred Flame on it.
Okay, sounds good. DC 15. It fails.
6 damage.
Alright. Alright, Melina is going to fire her own bow from where she is. And she's going to hit as well. She's going to stay up on the ledge, though. Oh shit, she only does 4 piercing damage. Alright. And then we're back to the top of the round, Sin. There's a lot of large objects in here.
Yeah. Including, Sen's gonna see Voss scramble down to the ledge in the bottom, and presumably I can see the spear on his back.
Yeah.
He's gonna use telepathy to ping Voss and say, you seem to be more of a frontline type of person. Do you trust me?
What the hell was that?
I'll actually just say with my voice, up here, you dolt.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I gotta look around.
Inspiration.
Who?
Oh my god. You say that
Both
to you.
of you. And Zed, actually. for that what the fuck. I liked that, too.
What the
Everyone's getting
fuck?
inspirations tonight. Matt clearly feels guilty for last week.
Yeah.
I would say it out loud. I would think it, but I would also say it out loud. I would say, I don't know if I trust you, but I do need to get closer to it to be anything close to helpful.
Sin, I think I know what you're about to try, and just understand that this could be dangerous for him.
Yeah, well, I don't know him, so it's fine.
All right, cool.
He's gonna call out to you and say, hold on to your belongings, and then I'm gonna spend 2 side points to levitate him 30 feet to here.
Okay.
No, I don't trust this. No.
I mean, you can make a save if you want.
Yeah, you can't make a save if you want to not be levitated.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming from him. I don't really trust it, but I won't. No, I won't make the save.
Okay. Yeah.
All
So
right,
he'll focus and kind of with all 4 of his arms. He'll kind of just really focus and look off to the side, and he'll levitate you all the way over there.
Irian looks past its body as it's curving, and you come floating over, getting ready to stow your bow and grab the spear off your back. He says, some help. Just when I needed it.
Try not to die. I'd rather not do my calculations again.
He's going for my spear?
No, I was saying, as you're getting
Okay.
ready to switch to melee combat.
Okay.
All right, Zed, 23 hits.
Yeah, I'm done.
And stick attack.
All right. Your shot rings off as the plates on its body continue to break.
I will move to
Ignore that, sorry.
No, I'll just move a little bit.
Okay.
Seriously, Ronan, what the hell?
I thought it's been a stressful
voice-
day.
As you finish saying thought, a voice whispers in your ear, "Wrong."
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. That's what I'm gonna do. That's
Nothing there. All right, Fula.
Alright. I'm gonna, like, pop out into view enough that it can see me. And, call out, to it. Hey, you gargantuan piece of shit. Look over here, and pretend to attack it, and use my clever feint. So yeah.
All right.
Deception
It got
check.
a 4 on its insight check, so.
Dude.
Well, I auto succeed, I think, because.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Envoy for days.
Gross.
Yeah, so it has a -1 to its AC for.
It also turns its
my next
attention to
turn?
you.
Fuck! I didn't even attack it. I just pretended to.
Well, I mean, you tricked it
It
well
looks
enough.
it looks to
You
you.
called it a piece of shit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
dude.
It's mean. Those are
And
mean words.
It turns its head and it launches a cone of acid, and I need you and Zed to make dexterity saving
Oh my
throws.
god.
I'm gonna die.
Thanks, Sin.
Back-to-back character deaths for Ian.
Hey.
You passed. Zed failed. The total was 4 acid damage. And then it's going to turn with its extra attack, and it's going to make a pincer attack on Voss. AC Voss? It does not matter. That roll was terrible.
All right.
Irian is going to run to.
Oh, when the acid does, like the little bit that gets on me, I'm just like, my robes.
And Irian runs to there.
Zed'll like look at you as you said.
Irian,
like,
Irian runs to there. He snaps back his energon bow string again, and he looks at it with a glare and says, "I bought him those robes for his birthday." And fires.
And Zed'll look to him like, what the fuck?
Irian hits again for another 6 energy damage. Right. I'm just saying, Irian's done a shit ton of damage to this guy. Alright, Ronan, you're
He's
up.
awesome.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you don't gotta convince me.
I do want some more of this interaction, though. I say whenever we go with him, Ian has to play 2 characters.
I'm going to use this opportunity to well, actually, having something talk in my ear, I'm just gonna actually try and survey my surroundings. I'm clearly going insane. That's about right. As I frantically dart around.
Looking around, you don't see anything, and then you turn completely to the open passage behind you, and you see Isel and Flare standing with hollow, glowing eyes, watching you.
No.
I'm gonna slowly walk that way.
As you step closer, watching them, you blink again, and they're not there anymore.
Look at this
okay.
Ronan role playing out here.
Now I'm gonna
Get
run
your shit together, Ronan.
because I'm losing it. It was 1,
You
2,
guys- so you
3,
guys see-
4, 5, 6. I run off the map actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
no,
guys see
I
Ronan
will...
rush off down this hall. Just
Yeah,
unannounced.
again. Ronan, what the fuck?
I'm just gonna yell, "Come back!"
Really
Las
well.
Vegas.
I don't know what's going on with her. I'll say to
Alright.
Fula under my breath.
So is acid.
This is
Okay.
going well.
So I'm going to I'm gonna pull out the spear as bonus action and stab it.
I thought you might.
What? Hold on. This is like the first time I've ever seen him make a melee attack. Ever.
Not my specialty.
I've never seen James
I mean,
make a melee
he
attack.
Yeah,
in a game,
James
so-
has never done this in front of us before.
James
He,
of all
uh,
people.
I mean, he tried to when he was a warlock, but I killed his ass. All right.
I know.
Are you gonna
That
make an
warlock
attack?
jumped on a
What'd you
I,
get? What'd you
grenade
get?
for
it
you.
wasn't enough to break my
Yeah.
weapons. You had to break my class too. What the fuck? 15
Boss
damage
fights.
on the first hit.
Okay.
Boss fights would catch a grenade for you. Yeah.
It's true, man. He's
And
He's a
the
real bro.
Second attack, I'm gonna attempt to shove the spear even farther.
All right.
Body. Shit. Oh, natural 20. We're gonna
Forget.
expend that first level spite or smite.
Hello. We got spell slots. Yes, we do. We got spell slots. How about
One
you?
spell slot. That's pretty good.
But the-
10, 16,
Oh, I did that wrong.
32.
yeah.
Nope, 37. Yeah, 37.
37.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
I want to stab him and then twist and push the second attack until I hear something snap inside of him.
It shudders and it sinks down to the ground as you're like shoving deeper and deeper into the wound in its side as it turns, and like you end up like on top of it as you pull your spear out, and you look up past it, and Irian looks at you as he closes his bow and says, "I weakened it for you."
Let's say, and I thank you for that. We do not have time for this.
You got it right.
To look around.
Suddenly, where you're standing on it, you feel it shift, and you slip off of it to the side, to like here, and its form shudders and changes as it turns into a dead Avern.
Oh shit. I will not touch it with the point of the spear. I'll like turn it over so it's lying on its back.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
And-
look?
It looks like the skin is sallow and shrunken into onto its skeletal form, and you can see areas where like you can just see its skeleton under pox. It looks kind of like the other Averns that you found so far.
Does any of that? What are its eyes? Was there any of that blue energy or that white energy or whatever leaving
Yeah.
its body or its eyes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would look up to my teammates and say, just like the others we've vanquished before, it was animated.
Voss, Ronan ran down the hallway. I'm going after.
I will get there as soon as I can get up there. Actually, and I'm gonna look up at the Dran again. I would say, I have one more ride. I trust you more now.
Oh, now you see the ways.
Say, well, I see a way, and it needs to be down that hallway.
Yeah, I'll
I mean, I'll run traditionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like try and get over all the things and jump.
Yeah, the
it.
rebel and like
Mhm.
try to hop step through the
Yeah,
water
I'll,
where it's sunken.
Yeah.
I'll focus and levitate Voss over to the other side.
All right. As soon as I touch down, I start sprinting after Ronan in the direction Ronan did.
All right.
Sanguisan!
Ronan.
You'll just hear the echo as I'm running through.
That's me.
Sanguisan awkwardly slides down as I would imagine everyone starts falling.
Yeah.
Irian's actually going to go check out this room. So,
That sounds about right.
I think Sen would probably check out that room as well. Honestly,
That makes sense.
I think he would.
Fula, I take it you're following the two of them.
Yeah.
As all of that fight was finishing, Ronan, you run through the hall, and you see ahead of you along about 200-foot hall, which appears to have like two rooms along its length, like openings that lead to rooms on the left and one on the right, as well as a room at the end of it. And as you're charging forward, you see them just ahead of you. And as you make it about 50 feet into this hall, suddenly your heels screech to a halt as Flair's form grabs you, and your whole body shudders in fear as you fall back into the wall. And Flair's pulls you into her face and says, "I had time. You could have saved me." and then she lets go and disappears. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh man, I'm super good at these.
So,
Hey, look at that. It's not terrible.
You feel a second shudder hit you as you sink to the ground, subconsciously balling your knees into your body, and you start to weep.
Yeah, that's about right.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Shit.
We're going to pick up with our 3 lore seekers who have crept into this now exposed chamber. As you guys enter, go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay.
14.
Guess what I'm not good at?
You're not there, boss.
Oh, I thought you.
Where is this?
This
Lore
is
seekers.
the 3 lore seekers who went into the other room. You ran to go after Ronan.
Oh, okay, got it.
This is Fula, Sin, and Irian. Alright, looking around, you guys see a fairly small, like 30 by 30 room. It's cramped with desks and what appears to have been at one time like things like writing materials and papers. It appears to be some kind of study. Do either of you speak Avarin?
Oh shit. I had not. I forgot. I have two like exotic languages to choose. That might be it though. So, no.
I do. Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Looking at the desk, Sin, you see a placard on it that says Yonkavus Taladrim, 4th Protean, many-legged.
Oh,
Many
that makes
legs.
sense.
Yes.
I see.
Can you
Searching
say that again?
Yonkavus Taladrim, 4th Protean, many-legged.
Gotcha.
As you guys start to look through the study, you guys find that near one of the desks, there's a broken piece of tablet. Sin, as you move to it, as you move to it, and you see an older script of Avarin, and you kind of have to sit down and translate the bits that have changed in time since you've learned the language. At the same time that's happening, Fula, you and Irian find another alchemy chest. It appears to be locked.
Real quick, Matt, did I have enough time to power up that other data pad, or did that get interrupted?
You did have enough time to power up that other data pad. On it, you found mostly what appeared to be lessons, like Protean lesson planning and stuff.
Okay.
If you have time to take more time to dig into it more, it's possible you might find more going deeper in the files.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. All right. I'm back. I'm alive. As you pick up the tablet and you take time to kind of translate it, you eventually come to terms with everything it says before its words are cut off. And you read the following. This man's just figuring his life out.
That was like one of the first things I told Matt.
Yeah, he texted me that. I was like, that's hysterical.
I was like, why does this name sound weird to me?
Anyways, Sen, you read, if only we had known the change never ends, and nature takes its course. We grew too comfortable, and the Green Lord does not allow comforts. Even our strongest proteans and animus could not resolve the violent evolutions of the world around us. I love this world. I care for this world. But I care for my people more. It was from my passion for my people that I found... And then the tablet is broken away.
Being it.
As you continue studying this, Irian pats the top of the alchemy chest as he lifts it up and he puts it on one of the stone tables, and he turns to you, Fula, and he says, "Work your magic, friend."
The fuck does he mean?
Break it open or pick the lock. You know, do your thing.
I have zero capabilities to do such a thing, but
He just smiles at you and waits.
Apparently, he doesn't either. 4.
do I have some kind of like archaeology tools?
I mean, you could try to just like pull out whatever you think would fit in the lock and make a sleight of hand check, or you could try to just break the lock.
I'm not very strong, so I'll try and pick it with something.
Sure.
Oh wait, can I? Nah, never mind.
You fumble with it and fail. It's okay, friend. And then he'll turn and look across the room. Sin, could you come help us for a minute?
I'm busy.
Pretty please.
What is it?
Could you just, we found this chest, you know, it might have something useful in it. Why don't we break it open?
Could it possibly contain anything more useful than this Averin tablet?
God, I hope so.
For your sake, I hope so too.
I mean,
God, I hope
what
so.
is on the tablet?
Oh, you know, Sin and his books. Like, he still carries books, so...
Is it a sin? Is it a sin to be educated, Irian? It would seem in your company that is true. The tablet spoke of Proteans who, from what I gathered, could not transform back after maintaining beast form for a time. Seems nature took its course. But forget that. There's a chest to be opened. I'll attempt this. I don't really have anything that can break it. I'm trying to think.
Don't you have like a big brain or something like that?
Yeah, I do, but that's not. That doesn't open locks, Nick.
Just
as
throw
you
it
as
at the
you
wall.
as you like walk up to it and you kind of like lift the lock and you look at it, and Irian will say, "Oh, I'm sure it'll be easy for you." And he'll hold out a palm towards it. Do that thing with your mind. Tumble the lock.
You expect me to open a lock using only the mechanisms of my own mind? I can do that, and then I'll try it. What kind of check is that? As a player, I know I can't
make
do
make a sleight of hand check, but you
Sure.
can use intelligence instead of dexterity.
Okay, am I proficient?
No, because
Okay.
you're not proficient.
Okay, I'm gonna do a religion check then, because it's the same thing.
Sure.
Nope.
I have to do everything around here, and he pulls out his hand cannon and he shoots the lock.
If you would have preferred, I could have thrown it against a wall.
Wait, does he have a hand cannon? He has a second
Oh
hand
yeah,
An
no,
excellent
he doesn't.
solution.
He doesn't. He
Oh,
doesn't have
shit.
his hand cannon. He'll pull out his pistol and he'll shoot the lock.
Does it
And then-
work?
Yeah, I mean, it breaks the lock open. He puts his hands on either side of the lid and he lifts it up. And inside, you guys see 3 objects. You see...
Most ingenious, sir.
Thank you. I
Yes,
just,
truly a masterwork.
testing you guys, that's all. You see a single regular healing potion, You see another potion next to it that you don't immediately recognize, and then you see a finely crafted hand fan. Kind of like the ones you fold out and use to fan your face.
I'll grab the.
Excellent
Well, actually,
craftsmanship. Were you gonna take the fan?
No, because I forgot Arcana doesn't work like Detect Magic.
I'm gonna grab the fan.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
It suits you.
And,
It'll go along with your favorite dress robes, Fula.
Yes, I imagine I will look quite elegant.
Can I investigate the non-healing potion?
Yes, you can. You pull out one of your books to cross-reference.
Can I make a history check to see if this seems like it is just an aberrant, like,
Yeah, you can make a history check.
fan, or if there seems to be any significance.
In investigating the books you brought concerning Avarasin, and cross-referencing with the drawings inside, you recognize this potion is a Gaijiran Dram.
Oh. Oh, shit.
That's cool.
This is one of those things. Okay.
That'll be useful.
Feels like we're a half session too late.
Just gonna double check something real quick.
Making a history check on the fan. These kind of like fold-out fans are one of many different things that were fairly traditional for people on Avara of status to have. This one appears to have probably been owned by someone who would have considerable clout, because it is quite fine and it has like fine artistry all the way across the actual fan blades as you open it. Also, when you unfold the fan and you check on this artistry, there's a pretty powerful ripple of air off of it.
Yes. Curious. Did anyone else notice that?
Tyrion has already walked out.
If you may notice the
Sen?
magical intricacies of this potion, then yes, I have.
Oh dear. Sure, it's nothing to worry about, and I'll pocket it and follow Urian out.
Yeah, I'll take the potion and
Did somebody take the healing potion?
yeah, I'll
Must not
take
be
that
too
too.
bright, huh?
I'll take that too. And as we're leaving, I'll tell whether he listens or not, I'll tell Fula all about the origins of Gaigiran drams, where they come from, and why they're made.
Oh boy.
And the three of you begin to cross to follow your recently made allies. As the rest of the party plus Melina rushes down the hall, and you guys find, cowering about 50 feet in before the first open doorway on the left, Ronan weeping.
I'll like run up to her and not touch her, like on purpose, like just put my arms around, like hovering around, like, hey, what's going on?
They were there. They were there.
Who's they?
I couldn't save them.
Who?
She's just gonna look at you, with like bright yellow eyes. It was Flair and Isel.
I'll look back to Voss, like running down the hallway.
If she looks that scared, I'm gonna plant myself in front of that open doorway with a spear in front of me.
Yeah. I'll look after I look to Voss. I'll look back to her. Hey, they're gone. Yeah.
I was
As
gone
it's-
once too, Ronan. Remember that.
As you say that, to Ronan Zed.
Mm-hmm.
A voice whispers, "We're nearby."
He's gonna look to Ronan, look to Voss.
Sanguisan at this point you see his form casting a shadow into the opening as he's started to reach you guys with Melina behind him.
He's gonna close his eyes.
You close your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear Flair's voice say, "Boo!"
I keep my eyes closed. Ronan, did they talk to you?
Yeah. How did you know?
They're talking to me. I'll look around. I'll just move my head back and forth with my eyes shut. Anything else I should know?
No response.
When we first entered the battle with that creature, I thought I heard Flair as well.
Do I hear him say that?
You do.
I'll open my eyes again and look around. Ronan,
Just look at
anything
you.
else?
It's
Like,
Sanguisan
look
was
around.
here, right?
Didn't have his gun.
Did I catch up with
Sanguisan.
him?
Yeah, you've come in. You've gotten up to them at this point. So is Melina.
I was thrown into the water from the ledge by the robed Averin. I took a swing at him, but my swords passed through. Then I realized my swords are missing. I just put my heads into my knees.
Yeah, I mean Zed doesn't know any Averin ghosts, so. Okay.
Sanguisan, I do not mean to be callous, but I'd like to rule out undeath from our friend. Do you think you could sense that?
He's like, if I had a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking to myself, I mean, yeah, if you had a long rest.
James knows that.
No. If there is undeath here, I cannot sense it right now.
Okay, so you're telling me that you guys, he's gonna put his two fingers, that deal with the whole magic and whatnot, can't sense them, and my partner here is hearing voices.
Are you sure it was actually them?
I'm not sure of anything.
I'm hearing them too.
As soon as Ronan says that, I'm gonna turn around because I don't usually sound that way to me. I'm gonna flip my spear around and I'm gonna pop her in the face with the butt end of my spear.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take it. Just hold it to his throat as fast as I can.
Yeah, she'll look at you with red eyes.
Hey, you're not talking as yourself. What's wrong? What did you see? Did it come from this doorway?
They ran this way.
See? You sound more like yourself already. Snap at it.
You're lucky. I don't have my swords.
I'll throw my dagger.
Myself up and dust myself off.
I still fear you without the swords, Ronan.
I'll flip
I
my
am not
dagger to you
stupid.
as you say that.
Thank you.
It's just literally just a dagger.
What's the plan, Zed?
We're both hearing voices. The two people that can do something about it aren't hearing the voices. Oh wait, you said you did hear it?
I thought I heard Flare on the edge of the pool back there, but I turned around and did not see her.
I looked at Sangusan.
I have not heard anything.
Do we know anything about a robed Averin?
I am sure that the majority of the Averins, if not all of them who stayed here, wore robes. If this one is able to travel in such supernatural ways, though, my suspicions are that's Amon Kol, or this king in the undergrowth, or if they are one and the same. My presence has definitely been noticed here. Don't worry, it just means things are getting worse from here.
Leaf Collector. I gotta bring you along. You're great. He'll smile.
She'll look to you and say, "You're not bad for a Gaian."
Yeah, he'll just.
And then she'll reach down a hand to try to help you up, Ronan.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
As she pulls you up, she reaches into her pack and she pulls out an Averin short sword and she hands it to you. I'm sorry, I only have one. This will have to do.
Yeah, I'll take it. Short sword and a dagger.
Did you lose them in the pool when you got pushed in?
That and my gun.
I mean, we can't leave Last Kiss. He'll have a smile on his face.
I will say I would be much more concerned about her blades. They seem to suit her better than any blade I've seen.
At this point, Fula enters, leading Sin and Irian. Ha! Good to see you're all still alive, and we found a cool fan.
And amongst these useless trinkets, we found a potion of complete masterwork. Made by none other than Aberran monks of the mountain region of Geigir.
Answer my question.
Behind Sin, you can just faintly hear Irian whisper to Fula, "Sounds like he's making a lot of this up."
I was beginning to worry about you.
That is nothing new.
I'm pretty sure the what was its name? The Undergrowth.
King and the Undergrowth.
Thank you.
I'm on call.
Pretty sure he's made contact with Ronan and myself. So let's get Ronan her blades and Last Kiss back, and let's just leave.
Where's the other one? Didn't you have... Are there 4 of you left?
I told her to stay and watch. What was her name? He'll look to Fula.
What was her name?
Her name is Malia, and quite frankly, she's terrified, so we left her back in the hiding spot until we could return with you.
Yeah, she's watching the...
What a gentleman.
And a scholar. Well, Sin's really the scholar, but...
I mean, in his defense, and I say this, you know.
Wait, he didn't know that.
I know, but I'm saying that here. Let me say this to her. In his defense, and you know I don't want to defend him. I told
No,
her.
I meant Urian didn't know that she stayed behind.
She's not here.
I'm gonna say somebody probably told him on the
Yeah,
And I'll tell Ronan.
But you're right.
at the very least I would have.
To tell Ronan, I'll say, in his defense, and you know I don't want to defend him. I told her to stay. Because I didn't know where you were.
Right.
I don't suppose one of you religious types could make sure this fan isn't cursed. Something unusual happened when I picked it up.
And what's
Let's
that?
go get your weapons. I'll take Ronan back to the pool as we're doing this.
Before Ronan leaves, Sen's gonna walk up to her and draw a short sword from his belt, probably of Duran origin, I would imagine. He's gonna just like in one smooth motion, like slip it out of the sheath and like hold it out to her handle first, and say, "I noticed you prefer using two swords at once. I can respect that. Please take this. Should you find another one of those insects, it may help you."
Right. I haven't had this many gifts since I was... Well, I've never had this many gifts. And I'll take it and just start walking towards the pool with Zed.
GM, the pool that we saw, did we see that it clearly like went underneath like a rock? Like was it like a pond, like an isolated pond, or did it like go off like under some rock?
You're not sure. It was like really dark and it was like placid water.
Okay.
You guys want to jump into the pool and start fishing around for stuff?
Me and Ronan did.
Did Ronan hit bottom? Like, could she stand when she got?
Yeah,
bottom?
she could stand. The water was up to like just below her chest.
I have dark vision, so it's not impossible.
But I don't, and I'm helping you.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Weeha! There it is. Hey!
You're able to find both of your swords and Last Kiss.
Wow.
It takes you guys about 20 minutes though.
Yep.
Um,
I'll put my hand out, ask for my dagger again.
While that's happening, I would
That's
have
just
taken the
back
fan
to-
over to Sanguisan.
okay.
Just, you know,
Seems to me
stow
nothing
it.
more than a elegant accessory. I can think of several outfits it would go with quite nicely.
Can I just look it over? Like,
As he walks to you and he hands you that, you'll see Irian start to move towards the first chamber on the left, and he'll say, "Ooh, a door." And he's just start walking that way. Just so you're aware, when you recover your weapons, swords are good to go. Last Kiss seems to have been disabled.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
The water is
You
like
know-
pretty grimy and disgusting.
You know that Zed's good at tech. Do you want to toss to him?
It's not like a tech situation so much as you need to
Yes.
sit down and spend time cleaning it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But would she know that ASAP though? Yeah.
Yeah, I think looking at it
Okay.
after you guys
That's fair.
finish the search, she'd be like, "Oh man, like it's just like super clogged up. I gotta like take it apart." And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's- Yeah.
We'll be alright.
What did you want to do about the fan, Sanguisun?
I just wanted to look it over, like a
Sure.
Arcana or religion, whatever.
Make an Arcana check.
All right, excellent. It does.
It was a good roll.
It just looks like a really nice fan to you. Do you open it?
Perfect.
Yeah, I would open it as I was looking it over.
You open it and you do feel a fairly strong ripple of air.
Can I just fan the hallway, like ahead of us,
Sure.
after I feel that?
Ahead of you? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you turn and you look down the hall after you've opened it, and you quickly go down and back up as a huge gust of wind releases from it and launches down the hall.
As he does it, and like midway through, the gust of wind comes out. I'm like, well, if you're just going to play with it, give it back.
You hear a bunch of
Oh
of things
my.
in the room at the end just start clattering and falling.
I do believe it has some sort of enchantment on it, though I can't tell you anything specific. Although that
I
certainly
suppose I
makes it
shall have
natural.
to be careful with it at important functions.
Could be
I'll
useful
take
in
it
certain
back.
situations. Yeah, I'll hand it back.
and then I'll run after Urian.
Okay. Going in the room on the left.
Yep.
What's everybody else doing now that you're all back together?
As Ronan,
If I see them go in the
back
room, Voss will kind of like sigh and start after them. We don't need any more losses, even if these
Yeah,
guys.
I
got
mean-
a pain in the ass.
Ronan, I'll look to Ronan and. I mean, there's literally no reason to be here. Yeah.
Melina
It has their bodies, Zed.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. He'll like rub his eyes like I am. Okay.
Weston is actually Zed. So
Whenever Weston does it in real life, I imagine Zed doing it
Oh, yeah,
in the game.
absolutely.
So.
Hey, that's what I'm going.
a lot of Weston's like gestures and movement during this
I
campaign.
know, I feel bad because I definitely like emote a lot, like when
Go for a
I'm
moment.
saying like
Yeah.
lines that my character says, but I don't have the camera online. So.
We're going for
All I'm-
immersion
all-
here, folks.
all I'm gonna say is switching back and forth between Melina and Irian is some of the hardest character switching I've
Yeah.
So-
I can guarantee that's hard.
So, all right, as you guys all walk in that first room on the left, you find what appears to be a lower classroom. It is torn and destroyed in many areas, the long desks broken and shattered. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Point of order, I would have returned the short swords to the people who lent them to me and appreciated their aid.
4.
You would have noticed that the Dran craftsmanship seemed like it's like very old school and analog, and you would have noticed that like adornment on Dran weapons appears to be things like teeth and claw from wild beasts and stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's like a really savage weapon for a guy like Sin to be carrying.
That's really weird.
I mean, make a history check, Ronan.
Everything I'm bad at today, apparently I'm just rolling really well for.
You know enough about Dran to know that like even though specific Dran call themselves hunt bringers, like a lot of their culture is shaped around like hunters' ideals and stuff. So it's
Okay.
just like traditionally a lot of the things that they have that like if like that's the kind of sword a Dran would take to like a Dran party.
Oh,
Like in the same way that a Gaian would take like a fine rapier, a Dran would take a weapon that would be like let me prove like I've killed these things and I've crafted a weapon from them.
I kind of imagine Dran as like no matter what they decide to do in life, they have a very hunter-like thought process towards everything. Like they're very focused and they sort of pick one thing and just go at it for a long time.
They kind of have to be. They're the last of their kind.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can respect the craftsmanship of such a fine blade.
Looking around the room,
I mean, I as you give it back, but I won't say anything.
looking around the room, Ronan, you notice amongst some of the scattered remains of the classroom, another broken tablet piece.
No. I'll pick it up. I can't read this. Can anybody read this?
I can take a look at that.
Be my guest. Don't say that, fool. Oh my god.
Picking it up. Sorry, one second. Picking it up and starting to read it. The words Sin say, a promise in a whisper creeped into my mind. A promise of survival, of peace, a promise of taming the Green Lord and setting my people free from our natural imprisonment. And it did. Only to imprison us in something far worse than before. And then it ends.
Yep.
He'll kind of look up from the tablet and say, it seems these Avaran that inhabited this region met with quite a few troubles in their efforts to make a new living for their people. I'm interested to find out more about these. Should you find more of these tablets, please alert me at once.
We found one in a very early prior room as well. Did we keep that with us? Did anybody pick that up?
What? I missed one?
We found half of one. Please calm down. I'll
My inspection was very thorough.
I'll look around. I think I pocketed it.
You did.
Yeah, I'll look around and find it and hand it to him.
Ah, there it is.
Sin, make an intelligence check.
I lied. It was an intelligence save, you fool.
That'd be so good. Are you better at saves? Too bad, motherfucker.
They're the same thing, bitch.
As you, sorry, 8. As you're looking at them, you slowly begin to take the pieces and place them out, and realize that you're still missing a couple pieces, but it appears to all be the same tablet.
Okay. Seems there are more pieces to this one. Be on the lookout, please. My research is not quite done.
Ronan, how did two smugglers extraordinaire, and he'll do his hands like that, in this situation? Is it because I needed them to get the ship? Is it because they have a soft spot? Is it because you have a soft spot?
Just shoots you like a deadpan look.
It's me. I got it.
It's always you, Zed.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep doing it.
Irian's gonna pat you on the shoulder and say, "Don't worry, friend. It's always me too."
Wait, I thought Urian went through a door.
Oh,
yeah,
we all went
you
through
guys
that
all
door.
followed him into the.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. As he pats him, Zed'll just
I
do
thought this was split
like
up, my bad.
like he has a headache. Like, okay, well, at the least, I want their corpses to bring back to the, bring back as proof that they existed at least.
We owe them that much.
Exactly.
I assure you, all of you, we will find your friends' bodies and return them safely. We will stop this darkness, and we will loot the shit out of this place.
And we will leave
Here.
Zed'll smile or smirk as he says that and look to Ronan. He said
it. Suddenly Zed's warming up to it.
I'll kind of shake my head, and Voss turn to Ronan and go, "Did you saw them? Did they go into this room? Did they come from this room? Did the voices travel farther down the hall? Where should we be going?"
Last I saw, they were just headed straight back that way, and then I got stopped, right?
Didn't you get pulled into the wall or something like that? Or pushed into the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Flare stopped me and then pushed me against the wall.
Sanguisan, from where you stand in the doorway, you feel a poke at your lower back.
From what they were saying earlier,
Yeah, you were there when Zed was reasoning it out.
And feeling a poke, and I can see everybody that came down here, right?
Yeah, everyone else is in the room in front of you.
Can I try something that I don't really want to do, but like open up my mind how I would hear Udor speak? Like that kind of channel? And see if I pick up anything down here?
Yeah, let me just switch to God FM.
Whisper. I'm switching to Whisper with the God.
So you're gonna keep looking in the direction you're looking, and you want to just try to open.
Yeah, just open up my mind a bit.
You'll feel a poke at your back again, and then a voice will say, "Stop that! You can't hear the Celestials down here."
I'll just think back rather than speak and see if they can still hear it. And how did you know I was doing that?
You recognize that voice as Isel's, just so you know.
Okay.
There's a brief pause, and then you hear his voice again, and he says, "Better question. Didn't you tell us on Emeritus that you would keep us safe?"
Motherfucker.
That I did.
No response.
I imagine as you're coming out.
Those are not.
I imagine as you're like coming out of that, you'll hear trying to reason to Ronan that, look, we're in the Explorers League. We can take home whatever we want.
Now you're getting the idea.
As you finish saying that, and Fula responds, Irian will say, just make sure you preserve the historical artifacts for the educators.
Yeah, Zettel like looked at him,
and then he'll pause, and he'll say, "Give the boring stuff to Sin."
Zettel like open his arms, like, of course.
There's a weird counterpoint going on right here. Between, like,
You went from hating him to liking him.
Yeah, exactly. Voss will kind of look at both of them and go back at Irian and say, I'm not going to break your ship out of him. Then I'm gonna walk out of the room. I'm pretty tired.
Dude, Shane just gave me my Frankie, I got a problem with gambling's fucking Four Fingers nickname.
Oh man.
Pretty savage.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
Oh, was it? Counter shade.
I'll start reloading Better Devils right there. So I had 4 shots, and oh, what's that, Shane?
Saying. Just this random thing I have on my desk.
Oh my god.
How long have you just had that chilling there for this exact moment?
Long enough.
Okay, yeah, as I start reloading it, as I start reloading Better Devils, say, look, we gotta find kids' corpses. We gotta stop whatever this thing is. I don't really care, but to get the corpses, I gotta do that. And I might as well pick up some artifacts along the way. Finish reloading and
I like the way you
hold it
think,
up.
friend.
Finish reloading and hold it up and look to Ronan, nod his head, and then walk forward.
Walking back out into the hall, there's another room about another 50 feet down on the right, and then one past that, another 25 feet on the left again. So 75 feet away from where you are now is that one, the second one on the left.
Yeah, he'll just
Are any of them forward, or are they both? They're on the. Oh, you said left and right. Never mind.
Yeah, there is a room at the end of the hall too.
But we can't. Can we see it yet, or is it too dark?
You can't really see inside of it, but you can tell that it's there from the opening.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk forward and look into that right room, for whatever first room.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll peek my head into the left room. That was my plan.
Irian will smile and say, turn to Fula and say, they've got that one, and he'll start to proceed down towards the one on the left.
Ooh, that's good.
All right, good. Perception checks for everyone going into the room on the right, the closer room.
21.
All right. Looking around this room, you see another classroom. You don't immediately see anything of interest just looking in the doorway.
I'll go in and I'll be looking. I'll investigate, I guess, and then I'll also be looking specifically for tablet pieces as well.
Go ahead and make one more perception check for me.
13. Oh, perception.
Yeah, you can't
16.
investigate an entire room, so
Okay, 16.
I'm waiting for you to pick up something. All right, walking around the room and looking around. Who else is in here with him?
I was going to the left room.
Okay, so you're following Irian.
I was going there first because I walked through there first.
All right, so Irian's following you. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Ronan?
I'm following Zed because I don't trust Irian.
Okay. Sanguisan, are you going with Voss?
I'm staying in the hall.
Okay.
In the hall.
Kids in the hall.
Sorry.
All right, looking in the room on the right, Voss, you start to walk through it. You don't really find anything of interest in here, but you do feel another rumble through the ground, and you see areas and cracks in the stone floor where some of that seeping, hollow energy, like that liquid, is kind of slowly starting to seep upwards.
Jesus, I purposely avoiding it. Just get out of the room.
What color is like the glow?
It's like a whitish blue.
Yeah, it's like a pale. It's a
Okay.
pale, like white mostly. There's like
That's
hints
what I
of-
thought, but for some reason I had this mental image of it as like green, and I wasn't sure which one was correct.
It's like an opaque, pearlish kind of color, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like serum
I-
from Mirrodin or something.
yeah, sure.
I make my way
Sure.
carefully, not touch it, but like as quickly as I can back out of it.
Okay. All right, and you see that Sanguisan is still kind of standing, watching the hall.
I'll look to him and I would say, that's substance that animates dead. That it's seeping into that.
Were there any bodies in there?
I saw nothing interesting, artifact, dead body, nothing. Just a room. Was it tossed like the other room? Like how the tables were all overturned there was a bunch of shit all over the floor in the other room.
Yeah, it was like tossed and destroyed.
It was-
Also,
Okay, cool. Let's say no different from the other room.
Well, if it is that liquid, best stay out of it then. If there's nothing of
Other than
interest.
Other than that substance, yes.
sorry. All right, so everybody who went into the other room, go ahead and make perception checks. What did Weston?
What the fuck?
All right. Looking around this room actually appears to have been some kind of room that, like, you see broken and scattered weapons amongst the things in this room. Avarin spears and staves. Some worn and fragmented pieces that appear to have once been part of larger suits of leather armor. This appears to have been some kind of like equipment or armory room, from what you guys can see. And Ronan, you notice that there does appear to be one untouched weapons chest near the back of the room that had some like other a part of a cabinet fall and then crack over it. That's kind of like hiding its position.
Yeah, I'll just like move it out of the way to
Yeah. You kind of
the chest.
you throw your shoulder into it, and you start to try to push it out of the way. Go ahead and make a strength. Make an athletics check.
Boop.
The rest of you that are in the room see Ronan trying to move this object out of the way, but she doesn't appear to be able to do it on her own.
I mean, I'll go help her.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
I'm
You throw your shoulder into it, and then from behind you, Irian says, "Let me jump in there as well." That can be. He's also not able to shift it at all.
How large is this?
He'll step back and he'll say, I threw out my shoulder earlier.
How large is this?
I'm just.
It's large. You can manipulate it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, please step aside. I would hate for you to be hurt, and then I'll just move it with my mind.
Sure.
Right.
That's
Just
exactly
doing
why
that.
we brought you along in the first place.
Glad that is my only use.
Much less boring than the classroom, I'd say, Sen.
Yes, although I will say I greatly prefer it, because at least in the classroom I am safe from death.
Don't worry, friend. I won't let you die.
Thank you.
Besides, remember what happened
Your-
to Professor Mortimer?
Your word means much, and I do not speak of Professor Mortimer, and you should neither.
Thanks. Sen, was it? I'm gonna go take a look at it.
Yes, of course.
So when you guys pull out this chest, you actually find that it has a locking mechanism as well as a very, very old computer screen.
Oh.
It does not appear to be powered right now. But you can tell that the locks are probably locked in digitally.
How would I?
Make a tech check.
Yeah, looking at that, what would I? Yeah, boom.
Make it.
Oh, 6.
You're not able to find anywhere to like pop in or pop out a battery pack to try to get it
Okay.
working on your check.
Yeah. I mean, I'll look back to everyone else, and then pull out my dagger and try and jam it in between.
Classic
Make
treasure.
a
Classic
strength
smuggler
check.
move.
Mm-hmm.
You shove the dagger in and you start to twist and work at it, but you don't seem to be able to pry it open.
I'll look to treasure hunters. Is this your
I'm sure we can figure this out. Fula? Shin? Or Shin? Sin?
Yeah, I'll,
I killed him too. Jesus.
yeah, you did. I'll take my dagger out and like shake it.
Nobody survives me.
Just step back and watch him with my arms crossed.
Sen, you're on a roll. I believe I'll let you take this one.
Ha! Good job, Fula. I always tell you. Master delegation.
Seems I have more than one use in your eyes.
A little bit of target bleeding in here, boys.
Am I doing a tech check?
Yeah, go make a tech check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, guys.
You're not sure. You haven't been able to find a power source as you kind of like look at it.
You're good at tech too and rolled low? Cool.
Can I just? How big is this box?
Isn't it crazy these D20 systems?
It's actually pretty big. It's only like 2 feet wide, but it's like 4.5 feet long.
I mean, I'm gonna stop her.
It's actually about 5.5 feet long.
What's it made of?
It's made of metal.
Okay.
It's more futuristic than most of the stuff you found in here.
Yeah. Those are good.
It's not a wooden computer.
I mean, hey, you never know. They're Varan, you know.
There probably
Yeah.
are computer systems you can find in Avara that
Yeah.
wouldn't both. I mean, anybody else can try to make checks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try my hand at a tech check. Why not? That's just int.
While
Yeah.
this is going on, I'm gonna peek my head into the room and kind
I
of
mean, I
watch.
do have 2 ints, so
Dude, I did it.
You're not able
I
to
have it.
find
That's it.
anything.
I mean, I got
Yeah.
your boy got thieves' kits and
Sanguisan, are you still in the hall?
Yeah.
Okay. And Voss, what did you want to do?
I just want to peek my head in the room that I was in and see if the substance is like actively filling or the like, you know, going.
All right,
across
make an
the
investigation
floor.
check.
I got a 17.
You actually find a latch and you pop back the computer screen and you find an area where that would fit one of the kind of like Avarian batteries to power on the screen.
Ah, yes, here it is. Fetch me one of those batteries.
I'll look to
Great
Sen.
job, Fula.
Yeah, I'll look to Sen.
10.
Mhm.
It is slowly filling, but it's very, very slow.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the level is barely raised since you left.
Yeah, I'll look to
But I-
Sen. Sorry, keep going.
I was just saying, I'm gonna keep my eye in that room, back and forth between the hall and that room until everybody comes back out. Anyways, keep going.
I'll look to Sen, and if you don't have any more batteries, could I just pick it?
I don't think I have anything on me that would work that right.
I mean, you could use
Does
the battery that you popped into the.
Does your character think that I could pick it though?
I mean, you look shifty.
Based upon Fula's tech check, it's probably not pickable. It's like a digital lock.
Oh,
you need,
okay.
you need to power it to get in.
Yeah, I'll try using the battery from that that data pad I had earlier.
Sure. Yeah. Popping that out and popping it into this, it would fire up the screen.
Oh, sweet.
So now you would just need to try to hack it.
I don't suppose anyone is good with this kind of tech.
Not since you guys have changed the thing twice. No.
Great, I will take a crack at it then.
That was salty.
No, I'm gonna tech now
Computers?
instead of computer.
Yeah, it would be a
so
computer's check.
I'll try a computer's check.
That's fucking funny.
I can't get computers in operative. Sorry, boys.
Unfortunately, you're not able to find a way inside with your computer skills.
This is not my area of expertise. If someone would attempt this, I would be most appreciated.
I mean, I'll look to Ronan and be like,
I just get
Perhaps
lucky
assist
sometimes.
someone.
I mean,
But-
sometimes I get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a look at it. Attack at the same as computers. I will lucky that. Get an 11 instead.
Not enough to get inside.
Alright, well.
I was gonna inspire someone. That's why I was like, I can help.
Well, give me the +8.
It's a little late now.
hmm
Yeah, I think it's technically pre-roll.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I'll
You
just
can try yourself, Fula, if you want.
Dude, inspire yourself.
I feel weird about that, doing it in front of everybody, but
What does Fula do? What does he say to himself in the mirror in the morning?
well, he'll
Something
just
to
kind
look
of
you're
like,
in.
alas, once again, Fula must do what others cannot.
Fan
And,
yourself a little bit.
It only took
I
us like
won't
6
even-
rolls, boys.
I won't even use that. I'll save it for up to 10 minutes.
All right.
That's amazing.
Fula leans down after saying that, hits a few buttons, and the whole chest opens. Inside, you guys find a long spear. It has a fine, well-crafted point leading down its head, and you notice that throughout the metal of the spear, as well as the entirety of like the handle and like the staff part of it, it's kind of faintly glowing a pale blue color. It does appear to be completely analog.
Ooh, I'm good at those. I'm just kidding. I'm good at all weapons. Well,
I mean, you're a merc, right?
yeah.
It's like what you're good at. As this is happening, Voss, you're kind of standing just in the doorway of that room, watching the liquid kind of slowly seeping upwards, and then you hear the pitter patter of quick footsteps from the other corner of the room as you see Flare run happily and jump up, kicking her legs as she lands on her butt on top of one of the long desks, broken desks in front of you. And she crosses her legs and she looks up at you and smiles and says, "You know, this isn't that bad. I don't know why you came back."
I would say, am I seeing into a different realm, or are you here?
I wouldn't say I'm here. I'd see you're seeing into your own failures.
I would look shot down by that, and
But it's okay. I'm sure you'll protect the rest better than you did me. That's what a Templar's job is, right? Protecting others? It'd be real bad if Sanguisan died in here, too.
yeah, I'm gonna. How close is she?
Chris.
She's like 10 feet away.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to extend my reach on the spear 10 feet, and I'm gonna stab at her.
All right. It passes through her. Whew. You haven't learned anything. And then she disappears.
I would say I learned that you were not here.
She's already gone as you say that.
Jesus Christ, Matt. Now you're breaking my spirit after.
Everybody's getting the thumb screws tonight.
Jesus.
Yeah, I scoop it, and if I do that, I'll like kind of look angry, and I'll step out of the room, and I will take a steps towards Sanguisan.
Sanguisan's standing in the hall, watching up and down. She walked up.
Right?
Spirit.
He gets every campaign.
For the record, I'm breaking everybody's spirits. It's
Yeah,
not like a
no, he's
personal
really
thing.
just ruining all of us. Oh, man.
Yep.
All right, and you see the rest of them walking out. Who's taking the spear?
I'm going to pick up the spear if nobody else is taking the spear. If only to keep it out of Irian's hands, I will take the spear.
Irian will watch you take it, and he'll say, "It's all yours. I'm here for a very special tablet."
Right.
You see, one such as myself, with such a storied career and adventures
Yeah, that's really
across
interesting.
the stars, and he just keeps talking. Adventures across the stars.
Yep.
I set myself for higher marks. A true master of craftsmanship. Full of handkerchief.
Immediately there with it.
Zed would wait.
He
to
starts
see
to
his full point.
wipe the dirt and sweat off of himself, and then hands it back to you. Just it's totally disgusting. And he says, "I guess what I'm trying to say is,
Sweater.
keep your spear. I'm here to make history." And then
He
he'll
just starts clapping.
Yeah, as he's like, because I waited instead of walking out. Oh, so you're a complete idiot.
he'll look to you, pained, and he'll say, "Remind me not to save a friend of yours again."
Yeah, he'll just squint at him and walk
Some
back
people
towards
are
where
ungrateful no matter what you do
Rowan
for
was.
them.
It's so true. We'll teach them.
This can't be the last time you two play these characters together. It can't.
They
We
can
walk in on them, and guess what? Sorry Eyes is eating Fool's ass.
We're 69 ass eating each other. That's what
He's not gonna go in dry, jeez.
No.
Oh god. Oh boy. Oh man.
Not make any rash decisions here.
Yeah, I'll find you again.
I'm just gonna lean over to Zed. If they hadn't taken our friends' bodies, I would have just kneecapped him and carried him out, kicking and screaming.
I mean, besides Flair and Isel, there's no reason.
Exactly.
Chris is on fire tonight.
All right, let's find the
Silent but deadly.
bodies.
Yeah,
get
if
them back
everybody's
to
out of
the.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking
As you
go.
guys gather in the hall, do you want to? You're heading back the way you came, or down to the end of the hall where the last room was?
Forward.
All right.
End of the hall.
You guys head to the end of the hall, and it dumps out into a large circular room where you see on either side, at the center of either sides of the circle, you see openings that appear to lead to side rooms. In the middle of the floor, one of the things you notice when you guys come in here is you notice that all throughout the walls of this room, more of those dead, corrupted roots have broken through the stone and are almost pointed outwards like pikes in the walls. And in the middle of the floor, you see the corpse of an Averin, who starts to rise. His eyes light with energy as his form changes in front of all of you.
No!
It grows huge in size as its front hands turn to these kind of fisted legs and break into the stone of the ground as it lets out a Irian looks towards all of you and back towards it, and he pulls out their arc bow. More adventure awaits, my friends.
This will certainly be one for the history books.
And that's where we're going to end our session.
Fucking Christ! Yeah, that thing looks like the pitch black things
Yeah,
mixed with a Baloth.
yeah.
It looks like a
That's like the size
alien.
of a Baloth.
It looks like Sigourney Weaver's Alien.
Just that one part of the face, though.
Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have
No.
eyes, I guess.
Well, that
That's
Does
true,
it have
yeah.
another face inside of its face?
It looks like an Ultralisk with arms.
That's how you know it's an alien.
Yeah, Shane.
don't.
It
give
does
my
look kind of
dude-
like
Oh,
a-
yeah.
Look, guys, I searched alien beasts on Pinterest or something like that, okay?
Hey man, nobody's
break.
blaming you. We're just saying,
Yeah,
we're just
that's
making an
good.
observation.
Yeah, no.
We're just dissecting.
The fact that we always have art for stuff is
Hey, you guys
definitely
wanna-
not like
We're
a
making
small
real life
thing.
nature checks first.
Would you guys like to do a little stinger?
Oh yeah, I like stingers.
We
Stingers are
would.
cool.
No, actually, I'd rather not.
Sometimes they're cool.
These
Sometimes they're
always
emotionally
go
devastating.
well.
I think
Most of the time they're both.
I think this one might catch you guys by surprise.
Great.
Weston, are your eyes closed?
As always. Hey man, I like to imagine the stinger.
Rujit,
Don't.
All right.
you awaken to silence. A cold, like the cold of the mountains of Tarkir, where you've been visiting away from the Gatewatch for some time now. But not a comforting cold. Instead, it sends a shiver down your spine. And then a voice
Tell me. Show me what you fear. I've been waiting so long for this. The monastery that surrounds you shifts away as the landscape turns flat, a matte black, a starless black sky. And then all around you, you see breaking from the ground massive poles hanging from them. The Gatewatch, past and present, dead. Is this what you fear? I can taste it. Losing more of your friends. No, wait. I'm seeing something deeper. The poles begin to break and shift, the bodies of your allies falling to the ground, and then rising with zombie-like moans. This is what you fear. You fear betrayal. You felt this before, and I will feed on it. Jace fell. Yawgmoth fell. But I escaped, and I've returned to finish what I started. Ashiok steps from the shadows. And this is a nightmare that you've created, and I will not let you escape. The world shifts and fades around you again. Find me, and let's finish this. And that's where we're gonna end.
Oh man!
That was awesome.
Happy October, everybody!
Spoopy. Too spoopy 5
Yes.
Oh no!
And this is why you don't go on vacation by yourself.
I mean, yeah, we learned about traveling to planes by ourselves nowadays.